our Unit B editing documents, we are going to learn to cut and paste text, copy and paste, and the difference between cut and copy. Using the Office clipboard, finding and replacing, spell checking, adding hyperlinks. We're going to start with opening our data file, and I am working through pages Word 26 all the way to Word page 41. And so I'm going to start with opening the data file. You will have your data file attached in your schoolwork on My Big Campus, so you need to go and open your data file from there. I have my data file located on my desktop in a different location than you do. So first thing you want to do is open your data file from your schoolwork on My Big Campus. So we're going to open WDB1, and we're going to go, as soon as it gets open, we're going to go File Save As. We're going to give this a different name. So File Save As, and you want to tell it to save to your BIM folder, or if you just save yours in your documents. I'm putting mine on my desktop. Okay, we're going to save it as WDB Lecture PR, and then click Save. Okay, we're going to replace Ron Dawson with your name. So right here, notice I can click and drag my mouse over it. If I point out here in the left-hand margin, it will highlight the whole line. So I'm going to add my name here, and you add your name. And then we're going to scroll down until the headline Helen Moffett right here is at the top of the document window. So we're just going to scroll until Helen Moffett is the very beginning of our document. And then we're going to click the Show Hide button. This is a toggle switch. If you click it once, it turns on. You click it again, it turns off. This is called toggling. So it's a toggle switch. We're going to turn it on, and it shows us our paragraph marks, our paragraph markings. We're going to select the Alaskan Guide Gilbert Coonan. This is in the third body paragraph, so 1, 2, 3, and we're looking for Alaskan Guide Gilbert, and we want the comma and the space afterwards. You might want to zoom in on your document so you can see it a little bit better. So I have Alaskan Guide Gilbert Coonan, the comma and the space. That dot shows us there was a space added there. So we're highlighting all of that. We're going to click the Cut button. So this cuts it out, it gets rid of it, and it places it on our clipboard. Our clipboard, we can click the clipboard launcher, and it launches the clipboard over here, and we can see the things that have been cut or copied and placed into the clipboard. This is a temporary storage. After you log off, it's going to go away. The things on your clipboard disappear, and they're no longer there. All right, now we're going to place the insertion point before African, but after the space in the first line of the third paragraph. First line of third paragraph, after the word African. Oh, before the word African, but after the space. So right here between the space and the A, and then we're going to click paste. And it pastes the Alaskan Guide Gilbert Coonan, comma, space, African wildlife biologist. All right, now we're going to press and hold down the control button on your keyboard, and we're going to click the sentence, ticket prices include lunch, in the fourth paragraph. Ticket prices include lunch. I'm still looking for it. see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there it is, the very last thing. Okay, so, whoops. I'm going to hold down Control and click on that, and it selects the entire sentence. And we're going to let go of Control. And we're going to press and hold the mouse button over the selected text until the pointer changes to the little dotted straight line. You see we have a dotted straight line now. This tells us we're fixing to move it. If we drag, that means we're moving it. So we're going to drag the pointer to the end of the fifth paragraph between the period and the paragraph marker as shown in figure B2, and that would be on page 27. So we're dragging it. We are dragging it right here is where we want it, after the period but before the paragraph marker. And so it drags it and inserts it in there. Alright, we're going to deselect the text, so just click anywhere in your document to deselect it. We're going to click the Save button. Now we're going to select Travel Luncheon in the headline. So I'm going to scroll up to the top. Travel Luncheon. And I'm going to click the Copy button. And notice it places it in the clipboard over here. Place the insertion point before season in the third paragraph. Alright, there it is. And I'm going to click the Paste button. And we're supposed to click the Paste Options button, so I'm going to undo that. Undo. And we'll click the drop down arrow and do Paste Options. And we want to choose text, keep text only. And that way we have the text. Notice how I did it before. It had the same formatting of the title, and we don't want that. We want it to be the same as the rest of the paragraph. Now we're going to select www.questspecialtytravel.com all the way down to HTML. Okay, and we're going to hold down the Control button. And this is going to make a copy. Our mouse should change. There we go. Our mouse changed, and we're going to drag this to the last paragraph, placing it between cite and the period. So we're going to drag it right down here, and it made a copy. We still have Quest Specialty Travel, and it copied it and placed it down here. And I have 2 periods now. I don't think I was supposed to select the period. So I'm deleting that 1 period. Now I'm going to place the insertion point before our website here in the last paragraph. And we're going to type @ Now I'm going to click the launcher button in the clipboard group, which I think I've already done that to open up the launcher. So we're not going to click that. If you clicked it, it goes away. It's another toggle switch, so you can click it on and off. We're going to select the sentence San Diego Union Tribune Travel Editor, including the space after the period in the last paragraph. San Diego. We're going to select the entire sentence, including the space after the period. So all the way to there. We're going to right click and select the text, cut, and then select the sentence, a detailed schedule is. So we're going to select this sentence, including the paragraph mark, and we're going to right click and cut. And notice all of these things are going over into our temporary clipboard. So it's not like they've just vanished and they're gone. We can still get to them in our clipboard. We're going to place the insertion point at the end of the second paragraph. After quarter, but before the paragraph mark. That's where we need it, right there. And then we're going to click the San Diego Union Tribune item in the office clipboard. So we're going to click on this one here, and we select it. And then we're going to place the insertion point at the end of the third paragraph after Duong. I don't know what that is. Then click a detailed schedule. We're going to click that one. And then we're going to select the fourth paragraph, which begins with the sentence, "This is the first event." So we're going to click here, including the paragraph mark. So we're selecting all of this. And we're going to right click and cut. So we're adding that paragraph to our clipboard group. And we're going to place the insertion point at the beginning of the third paragraph before hour, right here. And notice when you pull your mouse over here and click, it's going to select your whole line, but if you get closer, you can insert the insertion point there. And we're going to click the paste button. And so it pasted in there. And then we're going to press backspace. Now we're going to place the insertion point at the end of the third paragraph. This does not look right. Okay, we need to click after a luau or Li Duong, and we're going to choose a detailed schedule to insert that sentence there. And then we need to click after this, and we're going to hit delete on our keyboard twice. Just once. We need to click up here after this one and click or hit delete on our keyboard twice. So now we have our spacing evened out. Now we're going to click the show hide button to turn off all of our paragraph markers. And we're going to go over here on the clipboard and we're going to clear all. So we've just removed everything from the clipboard that we pasted and used for our document. Now we're going to click the replace button. We're going to click the more in the find and replace. And we're going to type luncheon in the find what. Luncheon. If you don't spell it correctly, it won't find it for you. And then we're going to press tab and we're going to type lecture. We're going to find luncheon and replace every luncheon with lecture. Alright, we're going to click the match case box. So this matches whether it's uppercase or lowercase. We're going to click the replace all button. And it tells us Word has completed its search of the document and has made 3 replacements. So it found the word luncheon 3 times and replaced each of those words with lecture. So I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to close the Find and Replace dialog box. We're going to click the Find button in the editing group. So we have our Find button. I'm going to turn off my clipboard because I just don't want it there. We're going to type the word luncheon in, but it has already been typed for us. All we're going to do is change the first letter to a lowercase l. Then we're going to scroll up into the headline So we're going to scroll up until our headline is at the top of the page. And notice it's already got one luncheon highlighted for us. So we can see our entire document. Yours may not be set to highlight. I'm not for sure if y'all's will highlight or not, but mine highlighted once it found the word for us. Now I'm just going to close this navigation pane over here. I'm going to press Control Home on my keyboard, and that takes me all the way back up to the beginning of my document. The same thing with Control End will take you all the way to the end of your document. So those are keyboard shortcuts that you really want to become familiar with. Control Home takes you all the way back up to the beginning of your document. We're going to right-click Moffat in the headline, and we're going to click Ignore All, and it takes away the red underlining marks. We're going to do Control Home again to go back to the very beginning of our document. We're going to click the Review tab. We're going to click Spelling and Grammar, and we're going to click Change. It wants to change my name, Cozart, to Mozart. So I'm going to ignore that one. And let's see, word replaces the misspelled word with the correctly spelled word. Inaugural needs to be changed. So let's click change on that one. Gas lamp is a name and Word sees it as two different words. We're going to ignore that one. And I have two sets of tickets RR, $10, so let's delete that. And the next one, once a year 1-year membership to the series are $10. We want to change it to is $10, so we're going to click change. And it tells us that it's complete, so we click OK. We're going to do Control Home to get back to the beginning of our document. We're going to scroll down until the headline is at the very top of our page. We're going to select Noted in the first sentence of the third paragraph. So I'm just going to double click on the word to select it. Then we're going to click this thesaurus button. I'm just going to right click and go to Synonyms and Thesaurus. So it opens up a thesaurus. That's just a shortcut. You could also click thesaurus right over here. We're going to point to prominent right here, prominent in the list of synonyms. We're going to click the list arrow and click insert. So watch what happens. Notice we have noted highlighted. We're going to click insert, and it changes the word noted, which I did the wrong word. I did eminent. So I'm going to undo, go to prominent, and insert. It changes noted to prominent. We're going to click enumerable in the first sentence, in the first paragraph. Enumerable. You don't even have to highlight the whole word. You can just click in the word. And we're going to let's see, I may have to double click it. Let's go to synonyms. I don't have to double click it. I can just be in there. Synonyms, thesaurus. It's going to look it up again for me. And then we're going to click numerous. And it looks up numerous if we click on it. If we point to the arrow, see, I'm going to go back here. And if we point to the arrow, then we can insert it. Now we're going to select the 4 paragraphs of body text. So we're going to select all these paragraphs here. I'm just make sure and have my mouse in the left-hand margin, and I can click and highlight all of those very easily. Now we're going to click the word count button in the proofing group. Our proofing group is right here. There's proofing group word count, and it tells us how many words that we have in our document. We have one page, 232 words, 4 paragraphs, 21 lines. So I'm just going to close that. Now I'm going to do Control Home to take me to the very beginning of my document. I'm going to do File, Save As. Make sure this saves in the correct location that you want it to be in. And we're going to save this as WDB Lecture PR Public. And then click Save. Alright, adding hyperlinks. We're going to click the Insert tab. Alright, we're going to click on the Insert tab. And we're going to click the Hyperlink button in the Links group. So here's our Links group. There's the Hyperlink button. And we're going to click Email Address down at the bottom here. We can do a hyperlink that's from an existing file or a web page. We can hyperlink to a place in this document or create a new document. We're going to choose email address. So we're going to type our email address in the email address spot. So yours is firstname.lastname at sville.us. At sville.us. That's your email address. Don't type mine, type yours. We're going to type Travel Lecture Series in the subject. And then click OK. We're going to press and hold Control. And we're going to click on our hyperlink. So we do Control and click on the hyperlink. And it's going to take us to an email. And it should be to your email. Okay, so I'm just going to close that box. No, I don't want to save it. Now I'm going to scroll down to select the gas lamp quarter in the second paragraph. And I'm going to click the hyperlink button. You know what I'm going to go back just a second because this should not show up here. I'm going to delete that. Actually, I can just undo. And we're supposed to highlight our name and insert hyperlink. And this is where we'll put in our email address. So you put your email address, firstname.lastname at sville.us. The subject is Travel Lecture Series. And click OK. We did email address, type in our email, travel lecture, click OK. And now, if we hold down Control and go to this, it will take us to an email. And it will email to, no, I don't want to save it. I'm closing that. Now I'm going to click on gas lamp quarter, and I'm going to insert hyperlink. And this time I want to click existing file or web page. And I want to type, the web address is going to be www.gaslamp.org. Gaslamp.org. And I'm going to click OK. I'm going to select Detailed Schedule. And then I'm going to click the hyperlink button. And I'm going to type www.questspecialtytravel.com. And then I'm going to click OK. And it adds another hyperlink. Now I'm going to right-click quarter in the gas lamp quarter hyperlink. So I'm going to right click quarter and I'm going to do edit hyperlink. And I'm going to do the screen tip. And on the screen tip, I'm going to type map, comma, parking, comma, and other information about the gas lamp quarter. Okay, map, parking, and other information on the gas lamp quarter. I don't think those are supposed to be capital letters, so I'm going to change my capitalization, and I'm going to click OK. And OK. And then I'm going to point to gas lamp quarter, and look what it shows me. It says map, parking, and other information about the gas lamp quarter. That's our little screen tip. We just created our own. Now we're going to press Control and click gas lamp quarter. We're going to click the word icon in the taskbar. Okay, now we're supposed to click on our word icon here, so it brings us back over. And we're going to do Control Home, take us back to the top. We're going to click File, and we're going to click the Properties button. Here's Properties right over here. And we're going to do Show Document Panel. So then it puts our document panel right up at the top here. Mine is slow to load. And let's go ahead and change Ron Dawson. We're going to change this to our name. Okay, we want to click the Check for Issues button. Whoops, we got to go back to the File tab. File tab, now Check for Issues. Check for Issues. And make sure all the checkboxes are selected. And then Inspect, which mine is not wanting to work today. Oh, here we go. We're going to Inspect Document. Yes. And now we'll make sure all of our checkboxes are selected, and we'll click Inspect. And we want to click Remove All. And then we can click Close. Alright, now let's go up here and we're going to save our document again. I'm going to go ahead and close this box here because I don't like that showing. We're going to save, and so we have it saved as a Word document, and now we're going to save as, and we're going to save it as a PDF document. Make sure you save the PDF in a location you can find it. Save, and then now you're ready to go over to My Big Campus and upload your document to the schoolwork attachment.